Hello, and welcome to your second workshop in the Instructional Designer Certificate Series. For the next 4 weeks, we'll be exploring that aspect of your job that focuses on creating useful resources for your faculty. Let's have some fun, shall we? This is probably not news to you, but as instructional designers, we do spend a lot of time locating, evaluating, organizing, and sharing resources with our faculty. We use some of those resources during our faculty consultations. Additionally, we often share resources online so our faculty can use them when they need them. Of course, this means that we deal with a lot of resources. So, we as instructional designers have to learn how to be content curators as well as creators of original content. If we don't learn these skills, we can easily be overwhelmed with the vast amounts of information and resources that we deal with every day. While creating new, original content is an important skill, in this workshop we will focus on creating resources using the process of curation. In short, curating or curation refers to the process of locating a wide variety of information on a theme or topic, evaluating that information and filtering it to select just the quality resources needed, organizing those resources into a coherent new resource, and then sharing it with others. Each week this workshop, we will explore one step in the creating resources through curation process. During week 1, we will focus on finding great resources. There will be an introductions discussion where each of you can share great locations to find resources. Then you'll have some readings to help you find more. During this week, you will also be introduced to Digo, a social bookmarking tool that you will use throughout the rest of the workshop to curate your resources and share them with us. Week 2 will focus entirely on evaluating the resources you collect. We will look at not only online resources that can be used for teaching and learning, but also open educational resources and online tools for teaching and learning. You will discuss evaluation techniques with others this week, and you'll explore some evaluation tools before creating 2 evaluation checklists of your own. During week 3, you will explore how to use Digo to tag and annotate your resources in order to organize them for effective later use. You will also start a small research project to develop an outline for a faculty guide resource that you will create later in week 4. The discussions, readings, and associated reading activities this week all aim to help you tag your resources in Digo and develop your research outline using the Digo Outliner tool. Finally, in week 4, you'll develop a faculty guide on the topic of your choice and determine the best way to share that resource. Additionally, you will submit work from previous weeks that you've revised based on feedback you received during the weekly discussions. There is a lot going on in this workshop, so let's think about planning ahead. First, you will have to use the social bookmarking tool Digo in this workshop. We have provided tutorials, and you can create a free account to use this tool. If you find learning new technology a bit challenging, you'll want to explore Digo very early in week 1 because you will have to turn in a Digo activity in the middle of week 1. Also, this workshop includes draft and final revision activities. Your drafts are due in the week assigned, but your final revisions are not due until week 4. We recommend that you begin work on your revisions as soon as you begin receiving feedback in the discussions. Week 4 can be very busy, and you will not want to wait until then to complete your revisions. For more info, see the Planning Ahead document located near the workshop syllabus. Throughout this workshop, as we've mentioned, you'll be using Digo to collect, organize, and share your resources. Digo makes it really easy to share, so it supports the objectives of this workshop nicely. Once the workshop is done, you can easily export your Digo library as a Firefox bookmarks list, an Internet Explorer bookmarks list, or a CSV or RSS file formats, which you can then import into another tool or browser that you happen to prefer. Or you might choose to continue with Digo since it has so many great options for research and sharing, annotation, organizing, and all of the things that we'll be talking about in this workshop. Finally, let's talk just a little bit about the grading in this workshop. It will be slightly different than in the previous workshop. First, activities will be submitted during your discussions and will be graded as part of those discussions. Each activity has a few criteria that you must meet in order to get full points for the activity. But beyond the specific criteria mentioned, you have the freedom to complete the activity in a way that satisfies your professional needs. For example, you are asked in week 2 to synthesize the readings and create an online tool evaluation checklist with a minimum of 5 criteria, and that those 5 criteria must each have an example or an explanation. There's no specific requirement for the format that you use or the tool that you should use to create it, or how pretty you should make it, or anything like that. Those choices are yours. We do this so you will be able to easily repurpose everything you create in this workshop for your own needs at your own institution. All right, well, that's about it. Remember, if you need any help or you have any questions, please use the help forum. Thank you so much, and have fun learning in this workshop.